Karen Bard, eBay's pop culture expert, and we're so excited. We have our new editorial director of the Inside Source with us today, Meredith Barnett. Welcome to eBay.
Thank you.
So how do you feel? We're in a very typical eBay conference room with all of these fabulous friends and family, and I would like to say source from the website. So what are some of the things that you like to shop for on eBay?
You know, it's so much fun to be here actually at eBay because the company has such a reputation, as does the culture, and as an eBay fan, the ability just to see the company and all the people that are behind it is a real treat, and I've really enjoyed being here. And as for eBay, the unbelievable thing about eBay is that you can find everything on eBay.
Right.
So from the perspective of a consumer, which I sometimes am, eBay's great. I love eBay for a lot of things, but particularly for me, I enjoy shopping for things that might not be in stores. So things that vintage jewelry. I collect antique salt bowls. Things that would be a little bit more unexpected, but that you know eBay is the first place that pops into your mind.
Who are some of these luminaries that we're going to see contributing to the Inside Source?
The great news is we've been reaching out to a variety of reporters with incredible experience, and most, if not all, have been very excited about working with us. So we have writers who will be contributing to the site who've written for publications including The New Yorker, W, Lucky Magazine, Cookie, Time Out New York, Allure, InStyle, Boston Globe, Daily Candy, definitely sites and publications that you've heard of. They in turn will be they'll be writing articles, and then they'll also be doing stories on experts. So you might go shopping with, I'll give you an example. We just did a story, one of our first, with Judith Miller, who's an expert on antiques. She just came out with a book on chairs. We did a little Q&A with her about her book. It's a really interesting book. And then she went shopping with us on eBay for chairs.
Great.
And you know, as someone who just bought chairs for my dining room table, I don't know anything about chairs. I'm going to go onto eBay and type in chairs. I'm going to get unbelievable numbers of results. That's a good thing. But what a great opportunity for someone like me to pull in someone like her who can help curate and edit that experience for me. So that editing and that curating is coming from both our writers and also the experts that they call on.
So unlocking some of the, maybe demystifying eBay a little bit, helping people search the right way, and not even necessarily on eBay, but just how to search for the things that you love.
That are hot right now.
I
think that really gets to a good point, which is what is the purpose of the Inside Source, and I think there's a couple of things. One is that it will really let eBay take the message into its own hands. There is so much information that eBay has access to in terms of what are people looking for, what are they searching for, what do they care about. When something happens in pop culture or in the news, how does that affect what people are shopping for? eBay knows that in a way that no one else is in a position to know that.
Right.
So to the extent that we can use that information and tell stories, I think it's something people will be interested in. I always say everyone wants to be prepared at the proverbial water cooler. And so to be able to go and say, guess what? Everybody's shopping for X right now.
Sure.
I read about this on the Inside Source. I think that's something that readers will be interested in. And then I think taking that the other way, so instead of from eBay looking out, but from the outside world looking in, we can look at trends that are happening that we know about in fashion, in food, in technology, in pop culture, and look at those through the lens of eBay. So, for example, this weekend there's a concert for the 25th anniversary of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. One of our writers will write about that, but she just won't report on it. She'll do a roundup on eBay on eBay of rock T-shirts, concert tees, really finding really cool ones, and then we'll also incorporate analytics that we can find from the eBay team about which rock stars are the most searched on eBay, which I think is a really interesting piece of information that only eBay can provide.
It really is a barometer of pop culture, and we're so happy that you're on board with us and are going to unlock all the doors and find out all the great things that are available on the website.
I'm excited and certainly very much looking forward to hearing from eBay fans, buyers, sellers, employees. I'm totally open and really want to hear stories that people have to tell, because that's the best way that we get our information and then can disseminate them out there.
Absolutely. So send your stories into Meredith and she'll write about them.